And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sherard Show. I am your host, Sherard, having a fabulous time this afternoon in Hollywood, California. Speaking about why I never gave up to some very, very profound individuals. One's a model and two are an artist, and one is actually a Grammy-winning artist who's done some big things. Now, you know, the expectations are great, but the expectations are the greatest on ourselves, isn't it right?
That's
correct. Now, you expect yourself at some point to get that big deal from Maybelline, don't you?
Definitely.
Yeah, and you expect yourself to probably be a diamond or platinum artist. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you want to keep winning Grammys until you can't win them anymore.
Exactly, because it feels good and it pays good.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah,
but now, in my advice for those, it's about 1 million people watching right now. And my question to you is, I'll start with you, Dennis. For those who are watching and somebody who just seems like they've been selling their CDs out of their trunk for the longest time and they're ready to give up because they're spending more than what they're selling, what kind of advice would you be able to give them in terms of pushing on?
Well, I would tell them that, you know, the minute that you do give up, something great's going to happen and it's going to go to somebody else. I mean, if you put the time in, you know, take case in point that I put all my time into doing a film and I just will not give up. So if you're creative enough to finish a product, just see it through. It will happen. Now, it's not going to happen on your time. I can tell you that right away.
Right.
It's never going to happen on your time, but it will happen for you because it takes a lot to be creative. It takes a whole lot. And then the other thing, too, that I love is that people believe in you. You know, people that have faith in you, and so you can't let them down. Think about them before you give up.
Exactly. Very good. And what about you, Philip? What would you say?
Yeah, I kind of want to play off of that with what he had just spoke of. You definitely don't want to let down the people who support you that initially that got you going and started to be confident about the craft or whatever. And again, also like the finishing a project is definitely something. It's a task, you know what I mean? So like it can get pushed back and then like you have a certain date for it, but it's definitely something like it takes a lot to put into. So it's if you're passionate about it, it's definitely something you don't want to give up on. You know.
I love it.
Yes,
I love it. Now, and what about you, Alyssa? What would you say your advice in terms of not giving up?
Well, don't give up again. But what I'm gonna say, set small goals. Like, you know, in a year, we're not gonna be in a year. Like I said, don't give up. Get your family support. It's really crucial. And I love to, sometime I go, you know, YouTube, look some videos, and I love the one from an interview from Oprah and Jim Carrey, because I love him so much. And he said that he wrote himself, and he was starting a check.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so true, because you have to see the price in order to, when you run a marathon, what you do, think about, okay, 5 more miles, 10 more miles. So that's what I will suggest to anybody. Set small goals and then keep moving. Don't give up, and get your friends and family to support.
Love it, absolutely, I love it. Now, Dennis, we're running out of time real quick, but this is your CD now, Rolling with Passion. Now, this is kind of what you're speaking about in all the songs you write with passion. So I take it you also write every song with passion. Now, this is your CD. Now, what was your inspiration? Really quick, about 20 seconds take to explain your inspiration behind your CD.
I had 2 sisters die from lupus, and the last one that died from lupus, she pretty much helped that record become what it is. And so when I play guitar, it's with a lot of emotion, and I sometimes throw myself, because as an artist, we actually pull ourselves out of the body, and you're looking at a shell, and we feed off of all the energy that's coming from the audience, and so that's record right there. Really dedicate that one to my sister.
Now, you know, if you close your eyes and listen to him, you'll think you're talking to Bobby Womack, because he sounds just like Bobby Womack when you close your eyes and listen to him. Now, what is this CD? Where can I purchase it?
On YouTube. I mean, I'm sorry, not on YouTube, iTunes.
iTunes. Okay,
iTunes,
perfect. All right, and this is going to be my autographed copies. Want to autograph it for me as well. And then let's run a picture of an event that you had just recently did. Let's see that on the screen as well. What was this event that we had that you just covered?
Yeah, so I do a concert once a month at the Warehouse in Marina Del Rey, and it's a lot of fun. And after I finish doing my segment, I play for about an hour, maybe like an hour and 15, take a break. But when I come back, I engage the audience and I do like a live karaoke. So if you're in the audience, and even if you can't sing, because it's jazz and jokes, and if you can't sing, that's better for me, because then that creates the jokes. But the audience love it. They love it. They all get involved, and And so I'm gonna do it again on June 3rd in Marina Del Rey. You guys are all invited to be my guests.
That's all right. You definitely don't
Nice.
want to miss that. You definitely don't want to miss that. Now,
You're gonna come on stage, right?
Oh yes, I'm definitely.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Awesome.
sir.
Now, I want to hear some from him as well, but now we got to get ready to close it out. I really appreciate you all coming on because we're going to make way for our next guest. But I want to say really quick, now this gentleman, tell him who you also represent and who you also work for.
So I also represent Bread and Butter Advertising. It's an advertising company that our scope is to help build up and coming businesses or even established businesses, like build their marketing, build their brand and get it more known across like a global area. So like and we have different techniques of doing so. So there's definitely something coming up, and it's bread and butter.
Now, name the one of the great clients that's just signed on with you all.
Oh, Miss Victory.
I'm talking about.
Mr. Sherard.
Wow, my
Mr. Sherard.
goodness, help me
Yeah,
out
definitely,
now,
yeah.
help me out.
I definitely
You're working with
appreciate
us too, though, with De Jour Films.
Oh, that's absolutely with
That's right.
Mr. Robert Miller. I hope
That's
you're
right.
watching, man. Really, really good gentleman who introduced me to this guy. I really enjoyed talking to Mr. Miller. And also, we're going to be doing a film in Ireland coming up in July, so I'm looking forward to that. Big, big things. We're going to definitely. Are you all going to come back on the Sherard Show?
Absolutely. I'm gonna bring my guitar
I
next
would
time.
love to. I would love to.
You gonna come?
Hey, just let me know when.
I absolutely love it. And they're not just saying it because they're on camera. Because I'm going to ask them after we off
And she
camera.
sings too, so we're gonna let her sing.
So we definitely want to hear more about them. We really enjoyed them coming on the Sherard Show. Thank you. And also, this is Mother's Day, so I want you to get my Sherard Show candy bar. The announcement I was going to make is that Alyssa, she's going to be the face of the Sherard Show candy bar, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be
you.
talking
Oh my
about
God.
that. So it's pretty awesome in terms of that. So we'll have more about that later. But when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to have Mrs. Michelle Bernard grace the Sherard Show again right after this.